Hey Hoopheads, Brad here with another breakdown, and today I want to talk about the Raptors' 118-112 win over the Knicks. Pascal Siakam looked more like himself in this game, coming up with 23 points on 9 of 15 shooting, including 2 threes. Lowry had 26 points with 4 steals. And the real weak point for the Raptors in this game was their rebounding. They gave up 14 offensive rebounds to the Knicks, which seems bad, but offensive rebounding is one of the Knicks' best strengths. They're the best in the league at it. They average 12 a game, so giving up 14 is not extraordinarily bad. Let's get into it. On this play, Julius Randle attacking OG off the dribble, gets away with a little bit of a push off, and as he tries to go behind the back, Gasol comes over to help. Randle loses the ball, and Fred is there to pick it up. He hands it off to Siakam, who goes down to the other end for the layup. Nice help defense there by the Raptors. And now off of the Fred VanVleet miss, Julius Randle comes down with the rebound, but Lowry is there with the great hands to get the strip. The ball goes to Gasol, back to Lowry. He's able to finish as well, and that's incredible hands from Lowry in the backcourt. Here, as Mitchell Robinson comes up to set the screen, Elfrid Payton is going to reject it and go to the left, and as he drives, check out the way Fred VanVleet gets his hands way up, cutting off the passing angle to Robinson. That's going to be a turnover. The Raptors get out in transition. Lowry dishes it off to OG, who finishes with the dunk. The Raptors able to get some more points off turnovers, but the Raptors defense wasn't perfect in the first quarter. Check out on this play the way OG jumps for this pump fake. You just need to be more disciplined with that. And because he's out of position, Randle's able to get into the lane. And then on this play, Rondae is pressuring Frank Ntilikina, and I think he's just overdoing it. You don't need to crowd Ntilikina this much, this far from the basket. And because he's playing him so tight, it's easy to get faked out. Ntilikina gives him a little jab, goes the other way. He's going to get into the lane for a layup. And that's something that's avoidable if you just worry a little bit more about containment and less about pressuring. On this play, as Mitchell Robinson gets the ball at the free throw line, Kevin Knox is going to come over for the handoff, but Norm is able to get a hand in there and break it up. The ball goes into the backcourt. Knox, with a head of steam now, is able to lose Norm on the screen, but Serge and Rondae converge to bother this layup attempt. And then on the offensive rebound, Lowry with the great hands to get the strip. And that's great work by Norm to disrupt that initial action, and then great work from his teammates to help him out. On this play, Norm's in help position as Ntilikina drives to the right, knocks on the dive to the basket, but Serge is able to get up and challenge that shot. Great rim protection, and then Terrence Davis comes down with it and goes coast to coast, finishing over the top of the defense. And then on this play, Fred finds himself guarding Kevin Knox in transition. Rondae comes over with the double team to get out of his hands. And on the weak side, check out Norm. He's in perfect position to cut off the pass to Damian Dotson. But as Knox goes up, he fakes like he's going to throw the pass to the elbow. That moves Norm and leaves Dotson open. The Raptors defense recovers and settles in, and as they work the ball to Bobby Portis, Fred is going to help off Kevin Knox in the corner, able to get a fingertip on the ball and deflect it out of bounds. Then on the ensuing inbound, the Raptors giving a lot of pressure in the corner, and the Knicks seem to lose track of the shot clock. It expires as Ntilikina drives into the lane, and that's going to be another turnover. Now off the missed shot, Frank Ntilikina pushing the pace and Serge on his tail. And as he makes his attack, Fred is able to slow him down a little bit. That lets Serge catch up and get the monster block into the stands. Great hustle there to get back on defense. And now the Raptors are in a zone here with both Serge and Gasol in the game. And here the Knicks are really going to work the ball on the strong side, trying to make Serge move as much as possible, get him out of position. And as Knox drives, check out how Serge is sucked all the way into the paint. Then Knox kicks it out, the swing pass. Serge has to close out, a little bit out of control, but does an okay job of staying in the play. And it seems like he was still able to bother the shot of Dotson there. Now the Raptors still in a zone, and the Knicks are working it at the top a little bit, trying to shift the zone around. Rondae and Norm doing a nice job of helping and recovering until eventually Bobby Portis feels like he has an open shot, but Rondae able to get up and get a piece of it. Gasol with a great pass over the top. That's going to lead to free throws down at the other end, and nice work by Rondae to get up and contest that shot. Now as the Knicks push it in transition, the Raptors do a pretty decent job of getting back, and Rondae finds Bullock in the corner. The ball goes back out to the top, and then eventually the Knicks are going to work it back to Elfrid Payton, trying to exploit the mismatch with Rondae on him. But Rondae does a really nice job of moving his feet, so the pass goes to Morris. He turns on Norm, gets to the rim, but Siakam is there with the great block. Nice help defense, good verticality to avoid the foul. Here the Raptors are in his zone again, so as Bullock comes up to get the ball, Lowry lets OG switch onto him. As Randle cuts to the basket, you'll see Lowry lets Gasol switch onto him so that Lowry can go back to his position in the corner. Nice work by the Raptors. We eventually see Randle posting up Kyle Lowry. That could be a problem, so Gasol comes over with his hands up for the double. Tough pass out to the top. Payton's able to corral it. He goes at Siakam, gets away with a push-off, puts the shot up, and then on the offensive rebound, Lowry going all out to try and save it, and that's the kind of hustle you like to see from your leaders. Here, Payton has the ball with Fred on him, and as he tries to go over the Portis screen, Fred is able to get a hand in there, jar the ball loose. Payton taps it into the backcourt. That's going to be a backcourt violation. This is pretty simple. The Knicks are going to give it to Marcus Morris in the post with Siakam on him, and Siakam just does a nice job of holding his ground, doesn't go for any pump fakes or anything, not reaching, and Marcus Morris is going to get called for a travel as he shuffled his feet. Nice D by Pascal there. On this play, as Payton hands it off to Randle, he's going to turn and attack, but OG and Gasol do a great job combining for the block. Great work from those two, and Fred hustling on the rebound as well. And then on this play, Lowry with a bit of ball denial on Reggie Bullock at the top. Then the ball's going to get worked to Morris, and as he attacks Siakam, Fred is going to come over and help. He gets a hand on the ball. Morris still puts up the shot, but OG is also there to help out. He bothers it, and then Randle's going to come down with the offensive rebound, but as he turns into Kyle Lowry, this is going to be an offensive foul. Initially called a defensive foul, but the refs overturned it, and the Raptors' help defense is really what gave them an edge this game. And now the Knicks are trying to attack quickly in transition, but the Raptors do a great job of snuffing out all the action here. The ball goes to the other side, and the Raptors still pressuring, not giving up anything here. Lowry almost takes another charge on Randle. The ball goes back out to the top. Now time running out on the shot clock. Payton tries to drive and kick it. That doesn't lead to any sort of a shot. Payton gets it back. Norm goes for the pump fake. Probably could have stayed grounded on that one, but nice overall pressure from the Raptors. Here, Rondae and Pascal are going to switch this initial action. Now as Morris and Randle play a little bit of two-man game, Siakam and Rondae are going to switch back to their original matchups. Then Randle tries to go at Siakam. Siakam absorbs the bump, still gets up and contests the shot. Solid effort. And now Rondae and Norm switch this initial action. And as Ntilikina comes off this screen, check out the way Siakam just contains him until Rondae can get back into the picture. Ntilikina has to kick it out to Dotson, and as he tries to hand it off to Morris, Norm is able to get a hand in there, pokes it loose, picks it up, and down to the other end for a layup. And here Mitchell Robinson is going to set the screen on Terrence Davis and then dive to the hoop, and as he cuts to the basket, check out the way Norm just takes a step to his left and gets in his way. Knox tries to save it as it goes out of bounds, but Terrence Davis is able to track it down. He gets it to Norm, who throws a nice bounce pass through a tight window to Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Norm getting it done at both ends of the court as we get into the fourth quarter. And now Serge and Terrence Davis are able to contain Ntilikina on this initial screen. Then as Ntilikina comes off the Bobby Portis screen, check out the way Rondae Hollis-Jefferson completely stops his momentum. It looks like he's not moving backwards anymore, but he leaps backwards. That's going to be enough to get a steal. Great effort by Rondae. And as the Knicks work it along the right side here, Bobby Portis is going to try to put it on the deck against Rondae, who cuts off the baseline drive and then pokes it away from behind. And now the Knicks will eventually work it to Bobby Portis around the free throw line with Rondae on him. And as Portis gets the ball, he's going to screen and hand off to Dotson. Rondae switches out on him, moving his feet, but he goes for the pump fake and ends up fouling Dotson, and you just can't have those sorts of mental lapses. The Raptors were up 12 at this point, and they would eventually lose most of that lead thanks to just defensive mistakes like this. On this play off the turnover, the Raptors do a nice job of getting back on defense. You can see Davis is the first man back, but as Serge gets back into position, Terrence Davis needs to find the man he's supposed to be guarding. And because it takes him just a second or two too long to process that, Dotson's going to get a wide open three. That was preventable. On this play, as Marcus Morris gets the ball in the post against Rondae, Fred is going to come over with the double team, and I think that's a little bit questionable. It's not like Morris was cooking the Raptors, and because Fred comes over with the double, the defense gets unbalanced. That leads to a wide open three on the other side of the court. And then here the Raptors playing both Serge and Gasol, and you can see there's a little bit of a miscommunication as they get their defense set. That leaves Julius Randle wide open, and the Raptors don't often have those miscommunications, but when Serge and Gasol are on the floor together, their roles are a little bit different, and that probably contributed to it. And on this play, it takes the Knicks a few seconds to get it to Marcus Morris in the post. Then Fred comes over with the double, and this one I don't mind so much because he's doubling off of Payton instead of Dotson, who's a much better three-point shooter. And check out the way Siakam closes out really short to him because he's not a shooter. And then the ball gets to Randle with the shot clock running out. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Nice pressure from the Raptors. Now, as the Knicks work it to the left wing, OG and Lowry are going to switch this screen, and that leaves Lowry on Randle. As Gasol comes over with the double, Randle's going to kick it to the weak side. The ball goes to Portis, then Morris, but he misses Dotson in the corner. He should have given the ball up here. Nice work by Siakam to crowd him and make life difficult. And now Lowry and OG switching again. Check out the way Lowry gets right up into Randle as much as he can, able to poke the ball loose. OG almost collects it, but it goes right to Payton, and he puts in the floater. A little bit unlucky there. Now on the offensive end, Fred VanVleet's going to set a screen, and that gets Marcus Morris onto Siakam's side. And you can see Dotson cutting off Siakam's path to the basket, but as Fred clears out, Dotson's going to go with him. And check out Randle. He's way over here. He's supposed to be the help. So as Dotson clears out, Siakam's going to have a wide open lane to the hoop. He throws it down with 2 hands. And then on the defensive end, check out Julius Randle and OG Anunoby in the post. Randle never actually gets a good seal on OG. That allows Anunoby to step right into the passing lane and intercept this pass. And now the Raptors have Fred set another screen for Siakam. This time, worried about the drive, Marcus Morris goes way under and tries to cut him off at the free throw line, but Pascal Siakam just pulls up from deep and drains it. That's going to put the Raptors up 6 with 20 seconds left. Then as the Knicks make their last attempt, Lowry able to poke the ball away from Marcus Morris. And then on the ensuing inbound, the Knicks are going to try to throw a cross-court pass to Randle, and Lowry does a great job of just waiting in the wings to snatch it away from Randle. Crafty move by the veteran to get in there underneath him. That's going to be the ball game. The Raptors go to 31-14, their 6th win in a row, and they are now tied for 2nd place in the East. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and let me know what you thought of the Raptors defense in the comments.